Hey everyone, my name is Simpsy, how you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Road to 56 mod. Here today on the channel, we're back with episode 2 of my Democratic Allied United Kingdom campaign. It's June 1941, and things are about to kick off here, hopefully, with the Japanese surprise attacking the Philippines. And we've got some more political developments there as well. We've got a bunch of factions we can invite. We actually can invite the US into our faction. But the Rome Protocol and the Central Powers are now at war. You've got to be kidding me. This has been crazy. Okay, so the Kaiser came back in the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it. The French joined the Comintern. They fell to the Italians. Okay, so I'm trying to think how we can get involved in this. So I think inviting all these factions here is basically a no-brainer. Because war is going to happen to the Allies at some point. It's inevitable. So Italy is definitely the major power now. Okay. So we'll invite them in. And they've all accepted as well. And now we can get in on this war. I suppose we do. But then we're at war with China, which is a little bit weird. But that's not too bad. July 1941. I think the British industrial sect is not too shabby. Winston Churchill's now in. We got rid of Neville Chamberlain. But now we're at war with Brazil, Japan, and China for now. And we might be at war with the Rome Protocol soon. Okay, so we got some pacts being signed here. Interesting. So is that all gone through now? Just need to go through all these. Nice. So Mexico, so North America is firmly in the Allies. Oh, thankfully. The US is with us. We've got a good chance now then. I was kind of worried. The US are kind of through, but they actually did alright after their Soviet Civil War. It's just they're dealing with a United China and Japanese frontier pushing them. Interesting. So obviously, we're fighting them there in India. British forces are on the way, along with Americans. So we've got a huge logistical stockpile of rifles, trucks, and ammunition. Compared to essentially the Eastern and Axis powers have been battling it out quite a bit. So that war in the East is going to complicate things. Okay. We've got a huge contingent defending Britain. And FDR's now in. Thankfully Japan has fully been deciphered. So it seems like there's an uneasy peace with the Rome Protocol at the moment, as we focus on the Chinese-Japanese alliance. Ironically, we're going to go save the Soviets after we sort of let the French capitulate. Oh, we've got a naval engagement here. The British Navy off the coast of Brazil is fighting as our South American allies, like on the continent, are pushing against Brazil, who joined the Chinese-Japanese pact. Interesting. So 4 factions battling it out. They got rid of their last general, the Supreme Soviet. Okay. We do not have the USSR, we have the SSSR. Interesting. Japan has laid claim to a lot of Eastern Siberia, which is interesting. Yeah, Indonesia is a part of their faction, which is rather annoying. Oh, so the Czechs didn't end up joining us. However, Poland did join the Allies. We did manage to bring in Finland, though. So that's not bad if we ever go to war with the Soviets. Having them would be quite handy. We've still got 22 fleets. Now that war is broken out, you would imagine that number will dwindle somewhat. So it looks like the US are trying to get naval supremacy here. Even the Italian Navy is trying to focus them. You'd imagine the Japanese and Italian... But it's more of the Chinese Navy be quite strong. Oh, they're actually doing alright there. They're focusing on a full-on Eastern Siberian push. They're also trying to hold in what is the Tibetan Plateau. And then trying to navally invade Southeast Asia as well. In October 1941. The Allies are holding. If they somehow flip the Soviet Union on their side, that's going to be an issue. So we've got a couple of theatres going on. The South African theatre. So at the moment, we've got one side, which has Brazil, Japan, and China up against the Allies and the Rome Protocol. While the Central Powers are trying to fight the Rome Protocol as well. And they're still holding quite well in France. So the Axis has sort of eaten itself. Man, you'd think all these powers, if they just got along, they'd probably wipe the Allies. All the fascist bar Germany, what, Bulgaria, and the other Central Powers. As we move into November. Okay, December 1941. Little bit of a push in South America. The US is here helping us out, thankfully. The US is just so overpowered, man. They're so good in Hoi. To be fair, we're probably in a better situation as well with the fall of France. Although we invited them into the Allies in the last episode, because they were conquered and were decolonized, we just like picked up all their colonial territory. Due to, I guess, the Rome Protocol not really holding overly too much. Alright, unfortunately the Indians and the British Raj are getting pushed back in the Himalayas is more accurate than the Tibetan Plateau, I suppose. We're still defending the Philippines. And I'm curious to see if the US gets a foothold in mainland China or Japan first, as Brazil's about to capitulate. It's probably just logistically easier pushing from our allied forces in Ecuador and Colombia and stuff, and probably the US as well compared to China and Japan just yet. But flipping Brazil onto our side is probably not a bad idea. But it seems like Rome Protocol is doing more, so that actually dividing South America between North and South. Oh, I said dividing. Look at that, just chunk. It's mostly them. They've managed to take it. Yeah, who's gonna win out on top? Will it be the Allies who are being a little bit passive with the UK and the US? Mostly. You probably can't forget the Raj and the contributing factors of some of the other allies in the Commonwealth. My brethren. The Aussies. Need to not wave my national flag overly too much. I'm sure the Kiwis are adding something. But we're going to have a little bit of a harder task in this run. The UK, that is. With Rome Protocol taking Indonesia. That's a huge. It's cut off most of the rubber and resource production in Southeast Asia. Normally, if the Axis, essentially, are quite offensive, they usually go to war with the Netherlands quite early on. It's usually a clutch faction. Oh my god, the Central Powers they actually might, this is strange, they actually might take Italy. We're not even helping them out, but the Kaiser is just conquering Central Europe casually. As we move into February now, 1946. 42, sorry. I was about to say something with a 6 in it. I wonder if this campaign will eventually go to 56, potentially. Chamberlain's still in charge. Chamberlain? Churchill. Do you know when your mind says something and you say something else? It's annoying. Alright, we're about to crush all these units in South America. There's even some South African troops there by the look of it. German forces have retaken France completely. That's changed sides quite a bit. Between Democrats, fascists, communists, and whatnot. Okay, we're currently developing intelligence into Japan and China mainland. No successful naval invasions have come off yet either, though. A little bit of push here and there. Oh my god. South America's just completely split apart here. Hopefully we can just allow the Central Powers and the Italians just to sort of, you know, battle it out between themselves. And we come on in and liberate Europe and democracy. Yeah, a little bit of naval combat. In Japan, nothing too crazy. Okay, things have made it a bit even now. Yeah, so although there's no direct conflict yet, I wouldn't be surprised if that changes. Particularly when we got Finland and Poland on our side. You know, the two factions that tend to 9 times out of 10 bring in forces. Yeah, but it's been a while since I've seen just like a... I don't even know, I haven't even seen this path. Where just like a random Japanese commander has taken control of the army. And it wasn't Hirohito. And they weren't going, like, shogunate peaceful either. It's kind of cool. Man, I love Road to 56 mod. You continually get weird and unique runs. Oh my god. Japan is going to town in Indonesia. Oh my. How are they doing that? They actually seem to be taking them back, that territory. Uh-oh. It's because of those resources down there I've been banging on about. Alright, Churchill is sending a delegation to South Africa. We want to improve that development down there. Yeah, most of Africa is now under our control still. Yeah, just sort of trading at the moment. Looks like the US Navy is, and ours to some extent, is struggling to push past a united Japanese and Chinese naval contingent. With victory in South America, we have redeployed a lot of our forces to this northern border as we're pushing into China. We can't seem to get naval supremacy on the coast. And if anything, the Japanese are going on more of an offensive. Stalemate is sort of happening in Europe. We're throwing back the Japanese in the territories we control here in Malaysia, the Philippines as well. War with Italy. That's a bold move if Churchill pulls that off. Do we want to be betraying Rome Protocol? The Germans have done quite well though. They are pushing Bulgaria. Oh, they are actually moving into Italy. Or maybe seeing the writing on the wall for them. They are losing their Indonesian ally. They do have a lot of control in South America, though, but mainland Italy's about to fall. Oh my god. Do the Allies want to do that? Ugh. What is the phrase? Fortune favours the bold? Yeah, thanks Matt Damon. Oh my god! There's been a successful Allied naval incursion, finally. Oh, and they've dropped in air supremacy as well, capturing a Chinese airbase. Maybe they're about to get pulled back. Shanghai has fallen. Looks like the coastal Chinese territories once again have defected to foreign powers. Oh no. Looks like the push is about to fail though. What? Turkey? What are you doing? Wait, why? Why is... Oh, hang on. We might get involved here. Because Bulgaria attacked them. It'd just be us to guarantee their independence. As we're about to go to war with Italy. Well, it might just happen naturally anyway. Oh no. Unfortunately, that brave and brazened push is probably about to get crushed. Oh no! Shanghai's been retaken as well. The Chinese have crushed us there with our first successful naval invasion. Fierce fighting in the South Pacific. Still no successful punch or incursion into Japan, Korea or China at the moment. Yeah, normally you fight these guys last once you're all built up, and the wars in Europe have subsided, but things have changed. Italy's had a civil war now. German-Italy. Yeah, it looks like Rome Protocol's about to fall to the Kaiser. And we're about to be at war with them. So it says available war goal. Hang on. If I justify conquer, it's only going to take 25 days as well. Oh, okay. I think I've figured it out. So we can't war deck them because we have divisions in their territory. Okay, well, we're going to have to wait for... What? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So, between the time we were about to move our divisions out, you've got to be kidding me. Germany has attacked Poland. Oh, now we're at war with the Central Powers then. Well, I guess we're going to have to deal with the consequences of this in the next episode. Unfortunately, got to wrap things up here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new, if you're enjoying this series. If you want to see more from me, check out the videos on screen. And it looks like the Allied forces are going to be coming to Italy's rescue after all that. Would you believe it?